What's up guys, Tomahawk here, and welcome to a video that I have never ever done on my channel before. We're playing Xenodome Runner right now, and if you guys don't know what Xenodome Runner is, if you guys have ever seen any other video on my channel where I attempt to do some sort of type of parkour, I always yell parkour after every single jump because it makes you better at the game. Watch this. So here's an attempt at making this tiny parkour without, you know, saying parkour. Look at that. I just failed right immediately, right at the beginning. It wasn't on purpose. What are you talking about? But if you parkour, you see what I mean right there, guys? You make every single jump. Watch. Parkour. Oh, look at that. You made it all the way to the top. No, but, the game hasn't started yet, so the way it works is there's specific maps that you laid out and maps that you can vote for before the game starts. So if you can see right here, we can vote between Crystal and Forest. It seems that Forest has a bunch more votes than Crystal right now, so we'll probably be ended up playing on that one. So you try to make it your way through this parkour map as fast as you can. Try to be the first person to make it to the very end while collecting checkpoints and also moving extremely fast and extremely high as well. So you know, it could be just an ordinary parkour map where you try to make it to the end before anyone else does, but no, this thing increases your speed, increases your jump height, increases the stakes, and makes it a lot more difficult and more interesting. In the playstyle in which you have to do to complete these maps as fast as you can is actually pretty interesting, because if you guys don't know, if you have speed 2 in Minecraft, you can actually overcome 1 block high gaps. So if you run right here, I don't even need to jump, and I'm making it over these gaps despite the fact that there's, you know, holes that I'm running over. So it actually adds for some whole sort of different play style when it comes to actually, you know, completing these maps and stuff. So it actually makes it kind of interesting. I'm actually really bad at this one. You can see I already made one mistake at the beginning, and it said that Jared made it to the halfway point, which leads me to believe that he's ahead of me. Also, that jump right there is really bad. Sometimes the checkpoint placement on these maps is actually really difficult to live with, because if you go back to the previous checkpoint, you could just have yourself lose over and over and over again, but it appears that I might actually be able to make it to the end for— oh, darn it. I got second place this time. Oh, if I hadn't made that many mistakes, I probably could have won that one. And you can see right here, we could vote for these ones: Crazy, Sewer, Temple, Red Sand, all that sort of stuff. So if you guys can tell that the Nether Star is to use to go back to your previous checkpoint, and if you guys don't know, the Magma Cream right here is used to make the players hidden or unhidden. Most of the time you want to keep them hidden because you can't really see in front of you otherwise, but if you do that, makes it really easy so you can see them, all that sort of stuff, make it all good. So getting on into the actual topic of the day today, or the thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, is stuff that is trapped inside your body. No, I'm not talking about that gross thing that you might be thinking about right now, because that just sounds wrong in some way or another. I don't really know how it sounds wrong or what it implies, but it just sounds wrong. Stuff that's trapped inside your body. I don't even know. But, oh my goodness, this Queen Fran person is completely destroying me right now. I need to go ahead and go a little bit faster while I'm doing this. So, the other day, I was cleaning out my ears with some cotton swabs, which, if you guys didn't know, is actually very unhealthy for you guys. You can actually impact your earwax. Okay, that was— I got absolutely destroyed this round. What the heck is going on there? How did you even do that? Let's vote for Bridge. It's actually a map that I'm good at. You can actually impact the wax in your ear and make the wax go further into your ear and get stuck there, and you actually need to go to the doctor to get it removed. And that's the exact same thing that happened to me. As I'm recording this video right now, I probably have half the amount of hearing that I normally would have in my left ear, because I accidentally, when I was cleaning my ear, I went, and it didn't hurt or anything, but I definitely felt something move in my ear, and all of a sudden it just got stuck, and it was there. And it's been there ever since. I tried using hydrogen peroxide to get it out. Bunch of, like, you know, home remedies where you use, like, warm water and stuff. But there was not a chance that that piece of earwax was going to be coming out of my ear. So I'm actually having a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 10:45 in the morning, I think, is when it is. Also, I completely failed that jump twice. No. I'm having a doctor's appointment at 10:45 in the morning to go get my ear fixed, which is a big pain in my ear. But that's actually not the first time that I've actually had something trapped in my ear, guys. You know, back in 4th grade— ooh, dang it, that was actually a large distance in which you— I didn't get right there. If you saw, I actually ran past the checkpoint, I didn't let myself collect it right there. So now I'm actually not going to be the first person to complete the map. Actually, I might be the first person to complete the map. Maybe. No. Gotta go a little bit faster. Sorry. I'm totally interrupting my story to try to get this thing done as fast as I can. Yes! I won round 3. While I did not get first place in the entire tournament thingy, I did get second place, I think. Let's see right there. Oh, I did get first place. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and interrupt my story right now and get myself situated for the next game that we're going to play. So we'll be right back. We're going to go do a little bit of a jump cutty cut right now. So we'll be our bay. Alright, there we go. We have about 15 seconds until this game starts. We'll go ahead and get back in here. So as I was saying, that's actually not the first time something has been trapped inside my ear/body. So I'm going to go ahead and say the first time this has ever happened to me was back in 4th grade. It was back when oh my gosh, I can barely remember this. I think like Cheetos were having this special thing where if you go to their website and you open a bag of Cheetos, there would be these special codes that you would put onto their website to unlock special things and special games and stuff. And what I would do is, since I was a big fan of Cheetos, and I'm still, I still like my hot Cheetos every now and then, hot Cheetos with like some lime on them. Ooh, that's some good stuff. But anyway, I was filling out these things, and I would get the special codes to try to get the website all filled out and all that sort of good stuff. And one time when I was at school, I found one of the codes and I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I didn't want to get rid of the piece of paper because I was like, oh no, if I lose this piece of paper, I'm gonna lose the code. So I was like, I know where I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna put it in my ear, and I'm gonna keep it in there until I get home, so I'll be able to get it out and then use it. I don't know. I was in 4th grade. I didn't understand what it meant to get stuff trapped in your ear and stuff like that. So sure enough, when I put that thing in my ear, I was complete. Ooh, did I get second place this time? 3rd place, I think. Obviously, I was unable to get the piece of paper stuck out of my ear. So when I went home, I was like, Mom, I got some paper stuck in my ear. And she looked with a little stethoscope thing, or stethoscope and otoscope, I think is what it's called. She had an otoscope because she used to work as a nurse. And she looked inside. She's like, yep, there's a piece of paper in there. So she tried getting it out with some tweezers. I screamed, was unable to. And so we went out through the entire day trying to get this thing out, going to different places, or like family members, trying to, spray it with water, trying to, get it out. It just wouldn't work. And ultimately what ended up happening is we had to go to the hospital, the emergency room, and to try and get it out. Actually, well, the first thing we did is we went to a children's hospital, and they tried getting it out with some weird suction material thing, and it was the lady who was supposed to run it had her assistant, and the assistant said, no, this thing isn't working that well right now. It has too much suction power. Patients have been reporting some pain when the machine is being used. And the main nurse lady is like, no, it's okay, we'll use it. And then when she used it on me, I was already freaking out because I heard the entire conversation that was happening before me. So I screamed, and then I also screamed because it was hurting so much because the friggin' suction power is so too much for me to even handle it. And so what ended up happening is we left the children's hospital because those people were crazy. We went to the regular emergency room, and as we were waiting for the for us to be called into the room where they were probably just going to take it out with some tweezers or something, despite how did I lose that one? Come on, how did I lose that one? That's some baloney. That is some baloney right there. Nope, I'm not gonna even register that one as a win. Not gonna count that one. Wow, that was actually really impressive, the person who won. So I ended up taking a nap while we were waiting in line to get to get into the emergency room for us to take it out. And by the time I woke up, or when I came to, I was sitting in a hospital bed, and the little piece of paper that had the special code on it was on the on the medicine tray thing that they used to take it out, right next to me. And I saw that, and I was like, oh, you guys got it out? And they're like, yeah, you were screaming the entire time. And I was like, I don't remember any of that. So apparently I had a case of retroactive amnesia or something like that, and I forgot the entire experience from the point in which I went to bed until the point in which they had taken the little piece of paper out of my ear. And I actually just remembered what the piece of paper was, what it said, and the special code on it. The special code it said on it was invisible. And I remember the lady, when she took it out of my ear, she read the piece of paper. She's like, oh, it says invisible? I'm like, yeah, it says invisible. That's the special code. And then obviously we went home, and a weird thing that happened is we went home and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and we actually saw a coyote just outside the how are you ahead of me still? What the heck? We saw a coyote outside the special outside my neighborhood, And so that whole experience was just, it was all sorts of weird. And one other time where I had something trapped in my body, not in my ear this time, was when I was in Mexico one time. If you guys don't know, there are tons of little things that are called spinas, or some people call them splinters. They are just little things that, you know, they could get stuck in your foot or whatever if you step on them, and then you have to take them out with tweezers. You know, you guys know what splinters are, obviously. Also, rocked that one. Completely got that one out of my way. What ended up happening is I stepped in a spina, and it got stuck in my big toe. I'm actually just going to, like, finish this last little bit right here because, you know, the story's almost over. Also, I did get first place again. Rocked that first place right there. 2 first places in a row. Nice, nice. Okay. Going back to my story, so I stepped in the spina thing, and it got stuck in my foot, and I was like, ow! So I tried getting rid of it, and it was just lodged in there, and it was just stuck. I couldn't get rid of it, and over time, it actually formed a huge callus around it, and it was just this hard part on the bottom of my foot that was there for probably around 2 months. And eventually, I was like, okay, I probably should get rid of this thing, and so what I did was okay, this is gonna, for you of, like, the faint of ears, you might want to cover your ears at this point, but, the faint of ears, I'm the faint of ears, because I'm deaf. No, but what you do is, what I did was I took the callus and I ripped the callus out of my foot. So I had a little bit of like a mini hole in my foot, but I did get rid of all the spinas. I got rid of all the little splinter things that were in there, because it wasn't just one, it was a bunch of tiny ones all in there and stuff. And it was crazy just how much was in there, but I ripped it out. It was all painful and stuff. And I felt myself really proud because I was able to get rid of that, and I didn't scream too much when I pulled it out. That was probably when I was probably 12 when that happened, but yeah, that's the thing. Is the moral of the story, guys, is if you ever get something stuck in your body, don't get stuff stuck in your body. First off, that's the first thing. And the second thing is, if it ever happens to, you know, that you get stuff stuck in your body and you can't get rid of it, make sure you go to a doctor, because you could probably get some infections if you don't get that stuff situated right away. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me if I should do another runner video in the comments down below. I just did this one because I felt like doing a little bit of a mini game video today. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments. Give me some rating. Give me a like or a dislike, depending on whether or not you liked it. Subscribe for more videos. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but I hope you guys have a nice day, please. I try.